welcome back to Hereck Gaming and the 17th episode of our Pure Mage series. It's I think it's our 6th episode through Cold Harbour. We're getting close to finishing this thing off. I think there's maybe 3-4 more episodes. We'll see. I haven't actually ever finished this, but I think it's probably 6 or 7 left. So quick recap, last episode we did the first portion of the slums. We will have to go back there. As you can see, there's still a quest in there to finish. We did probably my favorite so far portion of Cold Harbour, Barrier Tower of Aegea. That was fun. Mostly for the tons of AoE mobs that just kept coming at you. That was fun. And we did Fort Sapretia. Today we're going to start at Wellspring Cave. There's a couple of giant worms in here that have some museum items, so we want to start by grabbing those up. Make sure we're trying to get all the museum items from Cold Harbour. I don't want to have to come back here and try to run through this again, so let's do it all in our first trip through. There are 2 giant worms in here. One of them is way deep in the cave, and the other one is way up high. This cave can be really confusing, but we're going to try to simplify it the best we can. And on these lower level guys, you should be able to just AoE them. Just get them all to pull to you and AoE them down. What you're looking for is basically a giant hole in the ground that we're gonna fall down through. Maybe carefully fall through. And let's take a look inside this chest. Anything worth... We got a shield that's worth 10,000 gold, and actually that is a cool looking shield too. Surprised that's not a museum item with the way it looks. Yeah, pretty nice. Grab that free lockpick off of that skeleton there. And I think we should be able to AoE this room down. No problem. Good. I think that damage was me hurting myself. Most likely. Drain his life to heal us up a little bit. And just go straight through that room with the 4 worms in it. Just go straight through. I think if I remember right, it was a turn to the left there afterwards. We should be coming up on the room with the big drops in it. Yeah, here we go. Just carefully make your way down these ledges so you don't kill yourself with some short drops. And let's see. This one should be good. And yeah, that drop wasn't too bad. It was scarier than it actually... Oh, I've never landed on that centerpiece. Let's see if we can land there. Do I have anything good? Is this our guy? Yeah, this is your guy right here. Mountain Eater is his name. Drain his life out of him. Blast him a couple times with some fire. Keep draining his life. So these guys do have a lot of hit points. As you can see, they're not doing a lot of damage to me. I think I'm still running on... Yeah, we're still running on Legendary, so... They have a lot of hit points, but they're not too tough. Alright, so the ring we're here for, Frost Quartz Ring, that is a museum item for the Vigilant mod, so go ahead and grab that up. And there might be some other nice stuff here, like this ebony stuff. If you don't have it yet, you wouldn't necessarily need to get it off of this enemy though. But that is a museum item as well, and of course your conjure. So take that. Alright, we need to make our way back up for the second worm. There's a cave entrance about 180 from where we found him. Right about here? Yeah. So where we came out, fought him, it looks like you can go either direction and go 180. We're not going to the underground lake. We're going to go up. So down is the underground lake. The boss we want with the museum piece is up. Just keep working your way around. So you're going to get a lot of these ramps all the way back up. Where is it? It is. We'll just take them all out at once. Hear more of them. Don't see them yet, though. Ah, there they are up there. Good. All right, keep going up and up and up and up. You will get to a point where you see some glowing snow and ice. That's what we're looking for. Just keep moving up until you find that. I think we're getting close. Okay, when you start seeing this ice stuff, that's the ramp where the boss is. So I don't think he's tough, but don't take any chances. You hit the save button. And let's go ahead and take him out. There is a soul shriven behind him too that we'll go ahead and grab. Making it really easy for me right now. There we go. Just get closer so I can drain his health. Okay, he's just about down. Let's zoom out and have some fun with this. So right over there is that soul shriven. Let's find our ring that we came here for. So here is the other museum item that we came into this cave for. The Frost Clutch Ring of Ork, not RK, Ork. Let's take a look at this thing. I think there's a couple rings that have this same design, same look. And anything else in here worth looking at other than, of course, learning how to summon that worm? Not really. Let us take out this soul shriven. Oh, there's a chest back there. I don't know if I noticed that last time. I don't do that often, go third person like that, but that was fun. He doesn't have anything specifically designed for the museum. This armor set isn't bad looking at all. Let's take a look at this helmet. There are really some nice looking armors in this collection. Too bad they all are heavy. I'm gonna have to play a heavy armor character at some point and come back and run through this just to play with all these armors. So spell tome. Weakens an enemy, reducing all skills by 22 points for 120 seconds. Interesting. Okay. Okay, remember back a little ways to that path we didn't take. Carefully fall back down to the entrance of this area. Not like I just did. A lot more carefully than that. And once you get down there, see a ladder. Just fall at the ladder. That will load you back into the cave where we found the lower worm. And instead of heading back towards that worm, which would be that direction, take a left and head into the underground lake. This is going to take us out a back entrance of Wellspring Cave, right into this area. So, as far as I know, it's the only way in there. But let's go ahead and sneak our way. Oh, you know what? There's a chest here in case you want it. There's a chest under the stairs where you came in. A couple of good items there. Some mostly potions. All right. So turn right when you come through here and make your way into this first door. This is the most efficient way I could find to get through this underground area. One enemy in here. Now, some of the upcoming enemies are really tough. The next boss, it's 50-50 if I can beat him. You definitely want to save. You'll see here in a minute. Alright, drop down and jump into this doorway. And we'll use that to block us from this Shadow Warrior. He'll get stuck in that door. Let him die off. Okay, so what we're shooting for is to drop this drawbridge down. So inside this door, there's a lever. And that brings the drawbridge down. And then you've got an Ogrim across the way. So let's get him headed towards us if possible. There we go. That aggroed him. Oh. I missed. Alright, he's down. Oh, I forgot there was some archers up on the thing, so let's zoom out and see what we got going here. If you start taking damage, don't forget to use your drain health spell to heal yourself with. Alright, turn right, and we're almost there. Get yourself healed. Good. And then we just have one archer sitting out there. We can run up on here and finish off. Okay. Nobody left on this side of the bridge, I don't think. I don't remember any. So we'll go ahead and hit... There's 2 or 3 guys on the other side of the bridge. We'll go ahead and hit them. And then we're just about there. Just got to finish off these last few guys. Now, there is a fire mage at the end of this walkway. Yeah, this guy hits me hard. Okay, finish making our way through. And right up here, stairs would have been better. This is Cylorn's Priory. Let's do this thing. There we go. I got him. Drained his health there, and that helps. Continue to drain his health. And if you can keep him from running away, that's very helpful. But he will try to get range on you. Oh, this is the best I've done. Oh, no. Where'd he go? Come on. I've got no magic up. I think I finally found a way to beat this guy. And what I've been doing is using Touch of Death as often as I can, while constantly still hitting him with AoE damage from the spell in my hands, Unbounded Storms. But the trick is you got to stay in real close. He will try to run away and range you, and he has a Fire Breath spell that lasts 4 or 5 seconds and takes you down. One full blast from that will completely drain my health. So I want to stay in real close to him and be constantly draining his health with Touch of Death. Let's give this a shot. Touch of Death. Make sure it's up. Keep it up. While also using your AoE. And don't let him get range on you. No. Stay with him. When he moves away, stay with him. Oh no. There we go. Okay. So yes, I know that went pretty smooth. But let me tell you, that took quite a lot of tries to get that down. If you're going the same route I am, and you have the same spells I do, that's the only way I found. If you found a better way, let me know in the comments. Alright, so we got his Conjure here. And now we have Orcay's Shock Clutch Ring. Alright, let's head in. Okay, there are a couple of pretty cool items in this place, but this first room is mostly just trash mobs, so let's go ahead and just AoE this room down. Alright, from the entrance, once you take those guys out, start by going left. Head into this room here. Take out any of the guys that come across. And what you're really wanting to get is this key. There is a book here that you can grab as well. Some potions. Also, there's some bodies you can loot. But that key is the important part. Now, when you go to leave, this is one option for leaving. This is the non-fast travel way to leave. We have the key in our possession. Continue around the circle, or really, you could just run straight across, because where we're going is straight across the room. And into this side. Alright, you got a decently strong guy here. He's prison guard. Then there's a prisoner we have to deal with. Another soul shriven. So we got 3 decent fights here. Let's drop down. Pull him back. Okay, nothing on this guy. The piece we're really wanting is on this guy. So you can see he's got a really cool looking sword. Now, when I first saw him, I was really hopeful that his gear was cloth and I could use it as a mage set, but it is actually light armor. So it still could be useful for anyone that wants to use light armor if you want to look like this guy. I think he looks pretty cool. I'm not a real big fan of the helmet, but the outfit's pretty cool. All right, so we're after his sword, though. That is a museum piece. It's a pretty cool looking sword. So let's see about getting him out of there.
Open this cell, please.
Not until you tell me who you are.
What does it matter? Stop delaying and open this cell, please.
Let's just go ahead and open the cell. We have the key. Let's talk to him. Now,
Oh my...
you'll notice that you lose karma here. Go ahead and kill him now. He will not fight back. At least he never has. So just make sure you get him dead before he leaves. And so here's his light armor set. It's not enchanted, so you can put whatever you want on it. It's pretty cool looking armor, other than the helmet, I think. But what we were really here for was this rapier. It's like a skeleton sword. It's got the handle is actually a skeleton. It's a pretty cool looking sword. Now you may recognize his sword looks familiar to one of the museum pieces that we've received previously. It is not the same sword, though. This is the Moonlight Sword of Jode. This is not a museum piece. The other one we got was, it looks identical, I think. And some more cool armor for heavy armor players. And no chest on this guy, but there is a body you can loot in here. Now, depending on what you're doing, I have not been fast traveling for the most part, but I don't want to fight my way back through here, so I am going to head out to the courtyard. It's not like it's difficult to get through, except it's just a maze and kind of annoying. So in this one case, I'm not going to fight through that. I'm just going to come out here and fast travel back to the Wellspring Cave. All right, we got one more stop for today. Now that we fast traveled back, we're going to head south. We are going into Nenyan's underground lair, I think it is. Right ahead of us, you can see that tower with a guard in it. That is where we're going, except we're going down, not up. See if we can't get him to come after us out here. And he never stood a chance, did he? Good. And there's potions all throughout this place. I probably will not stop for all of the potions. But we are going into Nenyan's underground Priory. The final boss has a museum item, and then there are some other museum items after that on the way out, so we don't want to miss that. Now you can unlock this if you need to up your lockpicking. I did test it, and you can get out at the end if you don't unlock it now. I wasn't sure of that in previous episodes in a similar situation. I've since tested it, and yes, you can. All right, but this place isn't really all that bad. It can be confusing, but it follows the basic formula that most of what we've done so far in this pack has followed. And that is, when there is a bridge, take it, right? So there's spaces where you can keep going, but when there's a bridge, take the bridge, because that's the next way. And it seems to be that way every time. Maybe that's just something I've noticed and it's not true, but it seems to be true. Are going to follow this path around. Take every bridge as we see it, like discussed. And nothing in here is going to cause us much for trouble. And essentially walk through. So it's the second part of this dungeon that gets a little bit trickier. Because you have the building trying to kill you as well. And in one spot in particular, there's a place where your camera changes. When you push forward, you might move left or you might move backwards. That kind of puzzle is always so hard for me. But that'll be the most difficult thing we have to do here. Well, we do have a Shambles Lord and a few more Shambles coming up here and another Soul Shriven. Here's the Shambles Lord. Nothing we can't handle, though. Soul Shriven right there. That's the direction we want to head next. But let's take out this guy. Get our karma for killing him. Also, he does have a pretty cool looking light armor set. Yeah, it's a pretty cool looking set. So it's called the Archer of Kinnereth set. Bow of the Evil Eye ignores 40% of the target's armor. So overall pretty good set, and you get to put your own enchants on it, so definitely worth grabbing. And you heading this way. Turn right, go through this opening here, and we're into the second part of the dungeon. Here's where some things start to turn weird because the building starts to... If the first part turns into a maze, and then the second part has walls going around that hurt you. You'll see, but it's just got to be careful. So this one will grow walls around you here. You got to get through the back door is the whole objective. As soon as you get close to the middle, the walls go up. Now, you'll see some mage-looking guys standing around. You don't want to be in their line of sight. They will damage you if you're in their line of sight. So get away from them as fast as possible. And this way. And as soon as you almost make it, more walls pop up. No big deal. Keep progressing back to the center and around these guys, and you should be through. So that's actually pretty decently easy. I think it's this next part that is the one I find difficult. Oh, there is a bone guy kind of blocking your way, and you need to go off to the side of him. Just go off to the side of him. It's not too difficult. All right, keep following the path, and you see these skeletons that just keep moving towards you. Just ignore them and go up here. All right, here's where you want to look at the map for a second. So there's going to be a trap, a wall of sorts that goes really fast around this way. What I'm going to do is as soon as it passes, I'm going to run into here. Then as soon as it passes again, I'm going to run into here. And I'm just going to keep doing that until I work my way up here. Here, wait, run. Here, run to the next one. Right here, run to the last one and open the door and go in. Okay. So that wasn't too bad. I save on this one. This is the one that's difficult for me. It throws your camera out of whack, and I don't do well with this particular puzzle, and I don't know why. I'm sure some of you are out there like, hey, this is really easy, just do this. It's just one of those ones that's difficult for me. As soon as you walk in here, I think this is the room. As soon as you walk in here, your camera goes out of whack. And then You've got to try to figure out what means what direction. I think I got there. I think I figured out a trick to this just now. I'm going to zoom out and I'm going to hold my shift key, which makes me walk slowly, and go through here. And as I move the camera, you can see that I change directions. I'm going to continue to aim myself towards that stairwell. And now that I'm in the stairwell, that was it. So that's the trick. Move slowly, keep the camera backed off of you, and move the mouse as you walk your way through, and it's like your mouse is controlling the direction instead of your fingers. It's like they've reversed the movements between your fingers and your mouse, I think is what I figured out. So this is the most difficult part of this dungeon. Now, we've got the boss in here and the way out over here. But let's go ahead and get the boss. We've got a museum item that we want from him. Not too tough. He's actually pretty easy. A skeletal mage. Just stay close. Keep draining his health. And AoEing the room, and he's really easy. Oh, that Sithis Eye ring that he has is what we're shooting for here. Peek at that. Now, you should have a few different rings now. Orcay's Frost Clutch, Orcay's Shock. Here's the Sithis Eye ring that we just got. Pretty cool looking. And it allows you to summon 2 creatures, and conjuration spells cost 50% less. That's helpful. All right, let's make our way back out of here. On the side of his sarcophagus, there is a lever. And this is just a basic run through here. But once we get out, there is another lootable that we want to keep an eye on. So we'll just go through here pretty quick. Drop down, land in the water below, or hit the statue, whatever. And keep going straight ahead. Should find a lever on the wall. And keep straight and you're out. Now, once you get out here, turn right and go down the stairwell, watching for a skeleton just leaning up against the wall. Right here, this guy. So we got a spell quartz ring that we want to grab. 75% resistance to all magic. Nenyan's key. And the nail of Saint Dulce. Don't forget to grab some loot here. Some good stuff. That was quite a lot for one episode. We made our way through some pretty confusing items. The Wellspring Cave had some pretty confusing areas. Cylorn's Priory had the boss into the Priory that was really tough. And of course we had some puzzles here at the end with the Nenyan's underground priory. Hope you come back for the next episode. In the meantime, go ahead, hit that like button so other people know that this is an enjoyable video. If you did enjoy it, you can subscribe or even give me a tip. There is a link in the description to buy me a cup of coffee. What I actually use it for is to upgrade my system for more videos. Anyway, thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you in the next one.